Marecki,
Here.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Here.
Commissioner Scott,
Present.
Commissioner Varga,
Present.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Here.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Here.
Chair Bell.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Invocation.
Okay, today we are going to have our invocation introduction by Vice Chair Pro Tem Commissioner Bayden. Commissioner Bayden, I'll turn over to you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This morning, we are joined by the Reverend Tim Marvel. Reverend Tim Marvel is the Senior Minister and Head of Staff at the Allen Park Presbyterian Church in the great city of Allen Park. He assumed his position in February of 2020 after serving congregations on Calhoun and Jackson counties in Mid-South Michigan. Pastor Tim is a graduate of Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, BA in Biochemistry, and Princeton Theological Seminary in Princeton, New Jersey, Master of Divinity. Before journeying to seminary at the age of 42 in 2004, he worked for 23 years in technical and operational capacities in the rubber industry. Reverend Marvel is married to Meg, and they are the proud parents of 3 adult sons. They are residents of Dearborn. In his spare time, Tim enjoys competitive one-design sailboat racing. In the warmer months, you can often find him on the water. It's my distinct honor to introduce Pastor Tim Marvel.
Commissioner Bayden, thank you so much, and it is quite an honor for me to be here with you today. And I want to thank you, first of all, for all of your service. And as my biography stated, we came to Dearborn in February of last year with just a lot of excitement about living in the eastern part of the state that we've never been in before, and we're looking forward to so many of the cultural things. And then, of course, come March 15th, the pandemic hit. So, but we have so much enjoyed getting to know this area. We look forward to the time when we don't need to be concerned and that we can resume some kind of normal life. And I know that so much of your time and effort is involved with making things better for people as we travel through this pandemic. So we are in this together. And it's as I said, I am very honored to be able to be here and to provide an invocation today. Friends, let us pray. We gather here today, and first we give thanks for the freedoms that we live under that allows us to have liberty and to prosper. There are areas of the world where this is not possible, and we are grateful, dear God, for your provisions so that we can do this. And as we gather, we find our county in the midst of a continuing pandemic. This is a disease which has horribly impacted so many for almost 1 year now. We mourn the lives lost and pray for healing for those who are affected. We give you thanks for your gifts and talents and wisdom that has allowed effective vaccines to be produced in record time. And we pray for a continued blessing that they will be made available to all in a rapid time frame. We mourn the loss of community that we have felt due to the necessary precautions, and we yearn for the time to come soon when we may embrace each other once again. We thank you for the great diversity to be found in our communities. Wayne County is home to so many of differing ethnicities, races, backgrounds, and traditions. And sometimes it's easy to forget how wonderful and beautiful diversity is. With this diversity also comes the many ways that your people have recognized and worshiped you over the years. So as this prayer ends, we thank you, our God, Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, Father, Abba, for bringing us together this day so that we can continue to provide and make life better for all. We thank you for calling all of our public officials and workers to a life of service. We pray you will guide our esteemed commissioners today as they take up the ordinary and extraordinary business that confronts them today. May your grace, peace, and love be reflected in their proceedings. We pray this all in your name. Amen.
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 Thank you, Reverend. Thank you. Beautiful.
Amen.
Thank you,
welcome.
Reverend. Beautiful prayer. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful prayer. Next item, please.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden.
Move for approval.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Are there any changes, corrections to the journal? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Report from the chair.
Good morning, everyone. I don't have anything today. I'll reserve my comments for the end of the meeting and at our next item, which will be to speak on Women's History Month. Next item.
Unfinished business, there is none listed. We are moving to offering of petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There are 3 items listed. Item number 1 is an ordinance by Commissioner Bell to amend Chapter 177 of the Wayne County Code of Ordinances, Women's Commission, to reconstitute, update, and redefine the membership, purpose, and duties of the Wayne County Women's Commission.
All right, thank you so much. Let me speak to a moment to this. As most of us know, we get so many great ideas from the residents of Wayne County. And one of the residents came to me with an idea of establishing a women's commission. As we researched, we realized that back in the 90s, I want to say, Felicia, there was a women's commission established by ordinance, but it wasn't the direction that we kind of wanted to go in. It was more internally for the women who were heads of departments in Wayne County government. I wanted to establish a women's commission that would encompass ladies from all across the county to talk about issues related to women in Wayne County. As you know, 2.5 million people across the country, 2.5 million women across the country are out of the workforce since the pandemic began. And also, as you all know, across the world, when women are strong and vibrant, communities and families are strong and vibrant. So we're looking forward to having this ordinance passed. Today is for first reading. It'll go to government ops and hopefully come back for approval on March 18th. I'd like to now turn it over to Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In 2019, it was my honor to lead the Wayne County Commission's celebration of the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment by the state of Michigan. And in 2020, I was honored to hold our celebration of the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment by the US Congress, ultimately giving the women the right to vote. And now here we are in 2021. I would definitely call this a historic year for women. We have our first female vice president of the United States of America. Also in the state of Michigan, we are being led by strong women, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, and Attorney General Dana Nessel. We have an unprecedented number of female leaders in state and local government. And here in our very own Wayne County Commission, we have so many strong women leaders. Madam Chair, Alicia Bell, Commissioners Scott, Clerk Coleman, Varga, Marecki, Baker McCormick, and I will humbly add myself, our Commission Clerk, Pam Forbman, Commission Counsel, Felicia Johnson, Auditor General, Marcy Cora, and Executive Assistant, Cynthia Douglas, and so many more. But there is still so much more work to be done. Disparities for women still exist. The income gap, the lack of a national paid maternity leave plan, domestic violence against women, harassment in the workplace, body shaming, hair discrimination against women of color, threats of violence that disproportionately affect female elected officials, and now the COVID-19 pandemic, which has forced more women out of the workplace. The need for the Wayne County Women's Commission is real. We cannot stop our work on these issues until they no longer exist. We need to continue this work until women are truly viewed and treated as equals to men, equal human beings who deserve equal rights under law. And now I would like to move for approval of this ordinance. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Support, Irma Clark Cole.
Thank you. It's been moved and supported to accept this as the first reading and move it to the Government Operations Committee. I believe we'll do a roll call vote on this. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Colleen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Kniezek, Commissioner Kniezek,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you so much. Thank you all, and I will look forward to a further discussion at the Government Operations Committee on this item, and then at our next full board meeting on the 18th. Next item, please.
Item number 2 is a resolution by Commissioner Bell acknowledging and commending the women of Wayne County, the state of Michigan, and those serving in Washington, D.C. for their extraordinary achievements that enhance and enrich the lives of our communities.
Thank you. Again, this is March, which is Women's History Month. Traditionally, we've been out in the community where we've acknowledged the dynamic, unsung heroines of our districts. Of course, with the pandemic, we are here on Zoom, but I still want to make sure that we recognize March as Women's History Month. I think Commissioner Dobb did an excellent reading of all of the dynamic women that we have here in Michigan and certainly here in Wayne County. So I want to just make sure that we acknowledge this year as Women's History Month. Please acknowledge those ladies in your respective districts that do so much. And so oftentimes the ladies don't get recognized for the work that they do. They do a lot of work behind the scenes. They're making households run. So we just want to make sure that we pause and take this moment to recognize the dynamic women in Wayne County, in Michigan, and across the country who are doing it sometimes by themselves, sometimes with partners, but they're making things happen in their respective communities. And I'd like to ask someone if they would move this for approval.
Support. Move approval.
Support, Kinlock.
It's been moved and supported. And because this is a resolution, I will take a voice vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain? I'm going to also open up the, I'm sorry, go ahead. Pam.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Can I at this time open the board up for co-sponsors?
I would like to be a co-sponsor.
Okay, I will open up for co-sponsors, and I will ask that if you do not want to be a co-sponsor, you can let our clerk know.
Okay.
Okay, anyone? Don't hear any no's, so we'll put all commissioners down as co-sponsors of this resolution.
Duly noted.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item number 3 is a resolution by Commissioner Marecki urging the Federal Communications Commission to adopt rules that allow the utilization of 911 funds for radio infrastructure, mobile radios, portable radios, pagers, automatic vehicle location systems, and mobile data computers critical to dispatching 911 responses.
Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would first like to move this.
Okay, it's been moved. There's support?
Support.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to note that the Executive Director of the Conference of Western Wayne, Jordan Selleck, is in our meeting right now. And she would be available to give a quick explanation of this and also be available if anybody has any questions.
Okay.
So I'd like to introduce Jordan Selleck.
Thank you, and thank you, commissioners, for having this on your agenda this morning. It is time sensitive, so we really appreciate it. I am the 911 coordinator for the Conference of Western Wayne, and recently the FCC proposed rules for 911 fee diversion. There are some states that the 911 fees go through the legislature, and the legislature moves those fees from 911 purposes to the general fund. Michigan is not one of them. Our 911 fees that are paid by consumers go to allowable costs that the state of Michigan has deemed allowable to spend 911 fees on. And the way that the rules are currently written by the FCC, it would prohibit using 911 fees for necessary equipment that many of our counties and local dispatch centers use their fees for, such as radio infrastructure, mobile radios, and some of the other equipment that is listed in the resolution. So what we've been kind of tasked with for submitting comments to the FCC, it's a really short time frame. The rules were officially put into the register yesterday, and we have 20 days to submit comments. So many agencies are signing on officially with comments, and then we're asking counties and other law enforcement agencies to do resolutions such as the one that is in front of you today, so we can submit one large packet from the state of Michigan showing our stance on this. And our biggest position is that a national cookie cutter approach will likely financially harm counties and local governments in Michigan. And our local public safety should be able to determine how their 911 funds best serve the needs of their citizens and public safety responders. Since we are very diligent about only using them for 911 fees, we don't want to be penalized for that just because other states are not doing it appropriately. And the FCC is generally seeking comments on this because they do know that all states are different. So our input is really important. And again, I appreciate this, and I can answer any questions if there are any. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We do have a commissioner who would like to ask a question. Commissioner Basham.
Madam Chair, this is more of a comment than a question. I worked with Jordan's predecessor on this. Technology is always changing, and most of your 911 funding used to come from landlines. And a lot of people don't even use landlines anymore. And most of your 911 calls actually come from mobiles. And also learning about the PSAPs and how you can actually find or locate someone if they're having an emergency. You can actually even find people elevated to different floors of a building. So all this technology is changing, and we need to keep up with it. And I appreciate the good work that Jordan is doing, and I'm in full support of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are there any other comments or questions by the commission? Any other comments or questions? Commissioner Palomera.
Oh,
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I also fully support this, and also with all due respect to the commissioner who introduced Jordan, she is also the former Wayne County Commission Employee of the Year 10 years ago. So it's good to see Jordan again. Keep up your good work.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jordan, for coming today to introduce this to us and your good work at the Conference of Western Wayne. I think there was another commissioner that had a comment or question.
Madam Chair, I do. Glenn Anderson.
Okay, Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask a quick question. Will the priority of the funds still be for the actual 911? I believe there's an enhanced 911 that's not complete yet in the state of Michigan. And I just want to make sure that we're not doing something that will undermine the actual 911 intent of the law and the fund from the beginning, that it's not going to rob that fund, and then everyone will have to have their fees increased.
Oh, that's a great question. No, it will not harm that fund. So there's a separate for Wayne County residents, you have two fees that you pay monthly on your cell phone bills. You have a 25-cent fee that's referred to as a state fee, and a 42-cent fee that's referred to as a local or county surcharge. The 42 cents goes directly to your local dispatch centers, And then the 25 cents, part of that goes directly to the network that you're referring to. And then some of it is redispersed to the counties. So this is specifically in reference to the funding that goes directly to the counties or the local PSAPs, not in regards to the network. It's out of the same thing that you pay, but it's specifically designated to the network itself.
Since a follow-up question, Madam Chair, Jordan, do you know exactly how great or how accomplished or finished the build out is of the enhanced 911 in Wayne County and other immediate jurisdictions around
So
us?
I can tell you that the whole network right now, the way that it is going, we should be completely built out by 2027. There are only 2 agencies in the state that have not currently signed on with a company to build out the network, and that's Macomb County and the city of Detroit. Everyone else has signed on. Conference of Western Wayne and DCC, Downriver Community Conference, have been working together to move our infrastructure over. We probably will be completely finished within the next year. And we'll be coming to you in the near future about the 911 Act rewrite that will address some of these issues in more depth in terms of funding and future build out of the network.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
Sure.
Madam Chair.
Thank you. And I have one quick question, Jordan. You just mentioned that Macomb County and the city of Detroit hadn't signed on yet. Is that just a timing issue, or they have some fundamental issues with it?
You know, I don't want to speak on their behalf because I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's a fundamental issue. And right now there really is only one company in Michigan that offers the build out of next generation 911. So it's probably just timing. It is a pretty significant undertaking. And for the city of Detroit and Macomb, I mean, if they signed out on now, they would still be a few years down the road before they completely finish the process. So they're probably not feeling the time sensitivity of it. So I know that they're in conversations with the company, and I'm sure there'll be some decisions made soon.
Okay, great. Thank you. Any additional questions for Jordan? Any additional questions? Okay, thank you, Jordan, for being with us today and answering those questions.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take a roll call vote because this is a policy issue. Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Kleen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Kniezek,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you so much. Thank you, Commissioner Morecki, for bringing this to our attention. Next item, please.
Thank you.
We are moving to reports from committees. Report A is from the Committee on Economic Development. There is one item listed.
Commissioner Haydos.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to approve the one item we received on the agenda.
Support Anderson.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion on this item? Any discussion on this item?
Good morning, good morning.
Okay, can we mute everyone, please, except commissioners? Okay, everyone, please mute your phone. Okay, go ahead. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Kleen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Kniezek,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Next item, please.
We are on Report B from the Committee on Public Services. There are 6 items listed on pages 3 and 4 of the agenda.
Okay, Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move to receive and file items 1 and 2 and move approval for items 3 through 6.
Support.
Okay. It's been moved and supported. Are there any questions on the Public Services report? Any questions on any of the items on
Yes.
Public Services? Commissioner Basham?
Basham's the name.
Yes, there you go. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got, I guess, a question and a comment on item number 4. It's not the lowest bidder. It's the second to lowest because they're supposedly more responsive. We actually had a pretty good, some complaints about some tree work done on the overpass over Telegraph, where it looks like they just drove a vehicle by with some arm that ground up some light limbs and left it. And it looked terrible. Plus, I don't think they did a very good job. We had staff contact whoever the tree company was, and I think it's the same one, and we didn't get a very good response. So if that's what we're looking at, we need to have some more, not at this meeting, but more dialogue with the folks doing that kind of work. And then that's on number 4. Number 6 is retroactive, and you know I'm going to say something about retroactive contracts. My question is, why is it retroactive?
Okay, if there's someone from the department to speak to number 6.
Yes, hi, this is Shawnee DeBerry. It was not intended to be retroactive. We actually got it to committee prior to the contract expiring. But although it's showing retroactive, there was no work done while we were waiting to get the contract passed. So it was not intended to be retroactive. We saw it. The contract ended actually February 25th, and we made it to committee by the 23rd, but now we're a week off, so.
And if I may, it might not have been intended to be retroactive, but it was. So
Right.
we've done a number of things, and maybe we could do more things to eliminate some of these retroactive contracts.
Right, absolutely. But, there were, yes.
Thank you. Any additional questions or comments on public services? Don't think I see any other hands now. I do not. Okay, thank you. Roll call vote, please, for the acceptance of the public service report.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlaw,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga, Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Next item, please.
We're moving to Report C from the Committee on Health and Human Services. There are 3 items listed on pages 4 and 5 of the agenda.
Okay, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to receive and file item number 1 and 2 and move to approve item 3.
Support.
Thank you.
Anderson.
No.
Okay, moved and supported for the Health and Human Services report. Any questions on any of the items? Any questions on the items for Health and Human Services? All right, hearing none. Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Next item, please.
We are moving to report D from the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. There are 2 items listed on pages 5 and 6 of the agenda.
Okay, Commissioner Clark Coleman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to move that we receive and file item number 1 and approve item number 2.
Support.
Okay, moved and supported. First is a receive and file. The second one is a memorandum of understanding, and I'm trying to see if it decreases the amount. Okay, we'll do a roll call. I was trying to see if we can do a voice vote, but I think we should go ahead and do a roll call vote. Okay, roll call vote on the public safety report, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dodd,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
All right, thank you so much. Next item, please.
We are moving to report E from the Committee on Government Operations. There are 4 items listed on pages 6 and 7 of the agenda.
Commissioner Dobb.
Madam Chair, I'd like to move items 1 through 4 for approval.
Support.
Okay, it's been moved and supported. 4 items on the government operations report. Any discussion on these items? Any discussion? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Any discussion on the items? Okay, hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dodd,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
All right, thank you so much. Next item.
Report F from the Committee on Senior Citizens and Veterans Affairs. There is 1 item listed.
Okay, Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move approval for item number 1.
Support. Support.
Okay, it's been moved and supported. Halal Mills, Western Wayne County. Very good. Okay, any questions on this item? Questions, comments on the Senior Citizens and Veteran Affairs report? Okay, hearing none, it is a contract, so we must do a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dodd,
Yes.
Commissioner Hadis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Morecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Bayden,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you so much. Next item, please.
We are on upcoming committee and task force meetings. They are listed on pages 7 and 8 of the agenda.
Okay, Everyone, please take note of those meeting days and times. If there are any changes, please let the clerk know. Next item.
Public comments.
Okay, public comments. And let me just say, before we go into public comments, for those who are on the line from the public, we operate in a committee structure. So all of the reports and the items go through committee where there is intense dialogue and vetting of those items, and then they come here for final disposition. So that's how the Wayne County Commission operates. So that's why the committees go rather quickly, because we've already done the vetting in the committees. Public comments. Is there anyone on the line who would like to address the Wayne County Commission? You will have 1.5 minutes to do so. I see a hand, Mr. Jeffrey.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, good morning.
Fantastic. How long is the public comment period? I'm sorry.
1.5 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna try and move real fast. Thank you so much. Good morning. My name is Jeffrey Nolish, and I am a resident of Detroit and Wayne County, Michigan. I am also the policy director at Detroit Disability Power, which is a disability justice organization that works to build political power of Metro Detroit's disability communities. Today, I'm here to provide public comment that disability justice and rights organizations and our allies want Wayne County and the state of Michigan to make people with disabilities and people with chronic illness and disease of all ages an immediate and higher priority in the COVID-19 vaccination rollout. We've organized 44 partner organizations across the state to join in this effort, and we are working together to ensure that no community is left behind. On February 11th, the city of Detroit introduced an immediate expansion of COVID-19 vaccination to residents with intellectual and developmental disabilities. This action has the potential to protect tens of thousands of disabled lives. With Detroit leading, we want more cities, counties, and the state of Michigan to follow suit. Last March, for instance, the World Health Organization reported that people with disabilities are at a greater risk of contracting COVID-19 because of things like physical barriers to accessing hygiene, difficulty enacting social distancing, the need to touch things for information or for physical support, barriers to accessing public health information and care, and aggravation of underlying health conditions. Since then, we've learned that people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are 3 times more likely to die. People with Down syndrome are 10 times more likely to die. My time's almost up, but Detroit Disability Power is here to be a resource. We want change. We love access now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that and getting it in within the time frame. We do not do back and forth during our public comments. However, I'm going to say that this may be an issue that you want to address to our Health and Human Services Committee, and the chair of that is Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick. So that may be around opportunity to get more dialogue on this very important issue. Thank you so much. I also have Nina. You can unmute your phone, Nina Bahini.
Hi.
Yes, there you are. Hi.
Hopefully you can hear and see me. My name is Nina Bahani. I am a psychiatry resident at the Detroit Medical Center and a proud graduate of Wayne State University for both my undergrad degrees and my medical degree. I am also the sibling of a young man with developmental disability and the co-chair of policy and advocacy at the Sibling Leadership Network. First of all, I'd like to thank Wayne County and the city of Detroit for the efforts that they've made to vaccinate and prioritize people with developmental disabilities. And I think it really shows a commitment to who we are as a city and a county, that we choose to vaccinate for a resident of Wayne County. However, I do have the second highest, schizophrenia is considered the second highest risk factor for COVID-19 mortality and morbidity. And I think that considering how Wayne County and Detroit are leaders in this entire state of Michigan with their choices to vaccinate people with disabilities and improve equity and access on that front, I think the next logical step is to start vaccinating people with schizophrenia. Every single day at Sinai Grace and at the Detroit VA, I see patients who are struggling with their mental health, who have lost a lot of infrastructure and services that they're used to because of the pandemic, and who are struggling to understand to rely on caregivers participating in all of the services that they would normally participate in. And I truly hope that this commission will take that into account and continue the work that you've started by vaccinating the most vulnerable among us and continue to do so. Hopefully I didn't go over time. Sorry if I did.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
We
so much.
appreciate your comment.
Appreciate your comment.
Thank you. Thank you. Next we have Zach.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and commissioners. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Zach Damon, and I'm a resident of Washtenaw County in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm the chairman of the Ann Arbor Commission on Disability Issues. I am humbled and honored to come before all of you today. I appreciate your sacrifice and your time. So I would like to state that I am in support of making immediate action to COVID-19 vaccines for people with disabilities. And as my colleagues said, Detroit Disability Power, we have partnered with them with this campaign because this is important. Not only does this save lives, but it's the right thing to do. As my colleagues have stated, you know, the CDC has pointed out that there's been, you know, a significant impact in the disability community. People with disabilities are far more prone to catching the disease due to, again, what some of my colleagues mentioned in terms of the need for touching surfaces more often, either to get around or to access different things. They've had difficulty accessing hospitals or different medical facilities due to lack of accessibility. So this is not only just the right thing to do, but this is the American thing to do, which is to make sure that people with disabilities have access to COVID-19 vaccinations immediately at all vaccination centers within your county, and that's important. It's also important too to understand that if there is somebody that is at a location that they are prioritized. You know, this is something, again, that is the right thing to do. This is something that is very important. And, you know, I thank you very much again for your time, for your sacrifice. And I hope that you can get behind this action and implement it immediately. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming all the way from Washtenaw County. And I will also note that Tim Killeen, Commissioner Tim Killeen, is the chair of our Behavioral Health Committee. So between Commissioner Killeen and Commissioner Baker McCormick, I hope we can dive deeper into this issue. Thank you so much for joining us. At this time, we will have the Tree Man and then Casey.
Yes, hello, my name is Shondi Trace from Tree Man Services. How are everyone doing today?
Good, how are you?
Thank you, Commission, for bringing up my tree service in your meeting. I just want to address the accident. It wasn't my tree company, it was JMAX Tree Company. JMAX Services, Tree Services. And also we weren't the lowest bidder. We was the second lowest bidder due to the fact it was a company out of Wayne County from Grand Rapids. And we received the contract due because they couldn't dump here in the city of Wayne County. They couldn't find any dump space. So I just want to get that addressed, that that wasn't us on the freeway.
All right, thank you so much.
And we do excellent work. Excellent work. Thank you, guys.
We look forward to your contract with us. Thank you so much.
I'm ready to work.
All right, thank you. Ready to have you. Thank you for joining us today. I'm sorry, I said Casey, but we'll all go to Casey, then we'll also have Rami Alvarez after Casey. Casey?
Hi there, my name is Casey Masseter. I am a constituent of Washtenaw County as well. I'm a student at University of Michigan, and I work or intern with an agency out of Wayne County. Like others here today, I am here to say that Wayne County should be prioritizing people with disabilities in the COVID-19 vaccination rollout. As someone who is married to a person with a disability, that does place him at higher risk. Several of my best friends also have disabilities that place them at higher risk, and currently none of them, some of them within Wayne County, do not have access to the vaccinations. So again, just to echo what others have already been saying, and thank you for the work that you've already been doing, but please continue to protect the most vulnerable in Wayne County, and thank you again.
Thank you so much for joining us. Rami Alvarez.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Rami Alvarez, and I'm, first of all, just delighted to see other people coming into this meeting to speak about the same thing. So I'm also here in favor of COVID vaccine prioritization for disabled people. I'm here because my aunt couldn't be, and her name is Estella. She's a Wayne resident just like myself. And I'm here for her son, Alfonso, my cousin as well, who lives with Down syndrome. As a mother of disabled child, she's, as you can imagine, no stranger to the feeling of having to be a parent and a fierce advocate for her child. She knows that on a good day in this country, disabled people fall through the cracks and aren't the first priority. But this pandemic has tested her ability to be that parent that keeps her child safe. In order to provide childcare for her child, she must maintain a job, which means that caregivers are coming into the house, exposing my cousin to COVID. The American College of Physicians let us know that people with Down syndrome are 4 times more likely to contract the virus and then 10 times more likely to pass because they have a difficult time advocating for themselves in hospitals. My cousin is not 65 years old, right? If he lived in Detroit like I do, he could get vaccinated, but he lives in Lincoln Park. And I wish that 10-minute, 15-minute drive wasn't the difference between my aunt sleeping well at night. Wayne County could be the first county in Michigan to be fully prioritizing people with disabilities. Please hear our call. I am at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Thank you, honorable commissioners. I appreciate your time, and I will follow up with Ms. Monique Baker. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for coming and speaking to us today. We appreciate your comments. Are there any additional comments who are not on Zoom, but maybe on the telephone line?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Just wanted to point out that this Tuesday at 1:30, the Health and Human Services meet. So they might all be interested in attending that meeting to have a thorough discussion of this.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I mentioned, that Commissioner Baker McCormick can bring this up so we can take a deeper dive in this and have our public health officials at the meeting as well to talk about this very important issue that's been brought to our attention. All right, thank you. Anyone on the telephone who would like to make any public comments? Anyone on the telephone? Anyone else on Zoom? Okay. Thank you so much. Next item, please.
I do have one email, Madam Chair.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. Go ahead and read that email. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My name is Jeremy M. Smith, and I made an appointment to the county clerks to submit my CPL paperwork. My CPL had expired over 12 months, so I had to submit a new application. I had my confirmation number and appointment information saved in a phone that got destroyed. Is there any way you can look up my appointment? It was made in July 2020, and the appointment was on April 20th, 2021. Any help would be appreciated. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to the appointment as I have a pending CPO charge in Detroit, but my lawyer asked if I could get the confirmation number to show I had a pending appointment. Thank you in advance.
Thank you so much. And our clerk is reading off comments that come to us via email. Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Yes, I just wanted to reiterate Commissioner Clark's Coleman comment in reference to anyone that has any concerns as far as the mental health area or vaccinations. Please come out to the Health and Human Services meetings. They're held every second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 1:30. All is welcome. And we will have our chief Wayne County health official at the meeting to address any questions or concerns. You can also reach out to me beforehand. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact my office. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Maybe if you could put your email in the chat.
I will do that right now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Any other public comments? Either on Zoom or on the line? All right, great, thanks. Thank you. Next item, please.
We're moving to new business. There is none listed. We are on testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are 4 items listed.
Okay, is there a motion for testimonials?
Move for move for approval.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please, and everyone please place your phone on mute.
We are on memoriams. There are 5 names listed.
Okay, would anyone like to speak to any of the names listed in our memoriams?
I would, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Clark Coleman?
Yes, I'd like to speak on Dr. Leon Gantt. Passed away. He was my
hold on, Commissioner. Octavia, can you put everybody on mute, please? Okay, is everyone on mute except for commissioners? Okay, I'm sorry, Commissioner, go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to speak on Dr. Leon Gantt. He was my dentist from as a child through my early 20s, and both for me and my son. And he passed away at the young age of 97 years old. So he was a wonderful, wonderful person, lived a nice, long life. And it's my honor I honored him at his 90th, I presented him with the resolution at his 90th birthday.
Wow.
And yes, so he passed away, as I say, about a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And also Mary Ballard, one of my neighbors from years ago. She's been just a very good, long friend. My daughter and her daughters were best friends, and still are. So
Yes, my friend, what's going
Thank you, Commissioner. Octavia, can you mute everyone, including commissioners?
Thank you, Chair. 1 second.
All right, everyone is muted, including commissioners. You have to manually take yourself off of mute, commissioners. All right, next we'll have Commissioner Palomero.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to offer up 2 actually national figures, gentlemen that I never knew, but who extended plenty of goodwill from opposite ends of life's spectrum, who passed away within the last few weeks. The first is a gentleman by the name of Art Servi, C-E-R-V-I, who is certainly much better known by his portrayal in Detroit of Bozo the Clown. And I say this in all seriousness, he was voted by parents of baby boomers in the 1970s as the most popular babysitter because he could entertain kids for hours on end back when there was only 3 channels on the TV. Mr. Servi passed away last month. And then certainly in a way more serious vein, I'd like to memorialize Vernon Jordan, civil rights icon, very close personal friend and advisor to President Clinton. Vernon Jordan passed away on March 1st of this year. He was an unbelievable leader in the civil rights movement. And if you haven't read up about him, you should, because he was delightful in every aspect of his life. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, Vernon Jordan was absolutely an icon and just a figure that all of us idolize, and he will be sorely missed. He passed away at the age 85. He lived a very, very impactful life. Commissioner Scott. And Take yourself off of mute, Commissioner Scott, because everybody's on mute now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
There you
right.
go. All right.
Thank you. All right. I would just like to also give my regards to the Vernon Jordan family and just thank him for all that he did for just everybody everywhere. And he was just a great icon for all of us, especially for Black America. I am so proud of him. So I thank God for his life. And also, I would like to ask Commissioner McCormick if I could be a signer on the Ozzie Lee Brandt. He did so much work for me over the years. So my prayers go out to him and his sons and all of them. So may God continue to bless them. Thank you.
Yes, and that's no problem, Commissioner Scott.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Commissioner Haydos and then Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A person who touched my heart and my wife's heart worked with us at the store as a stock boy from age 14 till 19. I have to go and find him a job myself better than the minimum wage. He was so comfortable working with us, and I was able to find him a job with good pay, good benefit, and ask him to move on in life. But it's been more than 35, 37 years, not 1 week he didn't call me or call my wife, ask how we doing, we need anything. His loyalty, it's beyond my ability to explain. His name, Bill Millen. Finally, a couple years ago, they find out he have a brain tumor and in an area where they can't operate on him. And last year, they determined it was cancer. And he passed last Monday, but on Friday, he placed a call on my voicemail. And he said, "I love to see you and your wife." He called her mom at the nursing home, in which I wasn't aware he is in a nursing home. So we went and saw him and we talked, and he cried. And we left from there, and day before yesterday, I received call, he passed away. So it touched my heart. And it's a story to be told how human could have sense of loyalty and friendship and love and kept in touch with us all those 38 years after he moved on to different job. So my sympathy go to his family, and his memory, I think it live in my heart forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. So sorry for your loss. Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I failed to mention that Dr. Leon Gantt was the uncle of Larry Nash. I think many of us know Larry from being just around the county. I think one time, I think he worked for the clerk at one time, but he was the Larry, that was Larry's uncle also. But I just heard this morning that Harry Belafonte passed away.
Oh my God.
I just heard that this morning. I haven't heard a lot about it, but he also was a icon for the civil rights struggle, and all of that. So I saw it on Facebook this morning that he had passed away. So if indeed that is true, then we certainly need to hold his family in our prayers.
Absolutely. I hadn't heard that yet. Oh, I'm checking now to see. Thank you for letting us know that. Absolutely. Well, at this time, let us please take a moment of silence to honor all of those that we've lost. If we can all just bow our heads for a moment, please. Okay. Thank you all. May God bless the families of those who have lost a loved one. Thank you all. And we'll check on Harry Belafonte because that he was absolutely a giant, not only in entertainment, but in the civil rights movement. So thank you. Next item, please.
Reconsiderations.
Are there any reconsiderations? Okay, hearing none. Next item.
Remarks by members.
Okay, remarks by members. Are there any remarks by members? Any members with any remarks?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Commissioner Bayden.
does it look like that the end of March should be the last time for us to be on Zoom? Do you think we're going to resume in April, or we don't know yet?
Don't know yet. Working on it, talking to our lobbyist in Lansing to see what the temperature is of the legislature, talking to the administration and our attorneys to see what other options there are. So I will certainly keep you abreast. I will know more next week. So we'll be in contact. But as you know, as it stands right now, the legislation calls for virtual meetings to end on March 31st. Our first meeting in April is actually April 1st.
April 1st.
So, so we'll know more within the next 10 days.
Madam Chair, I just looked on, I looked on Google. I don't see anything about him passing away. So,
Oh, okay.
So I'm just hoping that that was a mistake.
I hope so as well.
I just
Thank you,
wanted to
Commissioner.
clarify things because I just checked here in it and I don't see anything on here about him passing away.
Okay.
But you can't always believe everything you see on Facebook. So I want to clarify things.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So hopefully that is not true. So thank you.
I hope it's not.
Yeah. Commissioner Palomero.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Normally, when this event happens, when we're in session, I would comment, so I don't want to pass on commenting today. There is an athletic contest taking place in Ann Arbor tonight, whereby Michigan, and rightly so, is a huge favorite. They're probably the best college basketball team in the country, and it would be shocking if Michigan State can even keep it close. And I certainly hope they can, but I'm looking forward to the entertainment that will provide many of us this evening. Thank you.
Go blue. Go blue.
Thank you. And I see you have your Spartan behind you, Vice Chair Palomero. So
thank you, Madam Chair. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Thank you. Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to let the commissioners know that on April 1st, at our full board commission meeting, we're going to have the Wayne County Commission Youth Council present their youth initiative. They were assigned with coming up with an initiative and a resolution that could help to solve an issue. And the issue that they came up with is mental health suicide in young people. And so I hope you all will speak with your youth member, if you have one at this time, just to give them some insight or your insight on that issue and provide them with any assistance if they need. So just wanted to remind you that for those of you that do have a youth member, please reach out to them. Also, in the Health and Human Services, our next, no, not the next meeting, but March 23rd meeting, I have invited Dr. Bose to speak. She will talk about the science of the vaccine so that we have a better understanding of the various vaccines. So I hope you will attend on the 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you. And we look forward to April 1st with the Youth Commission. That is the week that most schools, if they're in school, they're out for, rather than in or out, they're out for spring break or Easter break. So that's why that date was important. And of course, at the time, we were hopeful we would be on Zoom, and that would make it easier for them and us. So we will stay tuned to what that April 1st meeting looks like. However, we are also outfitting the chambers so we can kind of do a Zoom thing or have people talk to us remotely if in fact we have to be in the chambers. So we're working on that with our IT department. So possibly they'll still be able to Zoom in and people can still Zoom in, but per the law, we may have to be in person. But again, we're still working on that, and we'll know better in the next 10 days. But thank you, Commissioner Baker McCormick, and the great work that the Youth Council is doing. Any additional remarks by members? Any additional remarks by members?
Commissioner Bell.
Yes, Commissioner Kinlock.
I'd just like to say I've been here for going on a couple of months, and I just wanted to say I want to thank the staff, commission staff, as well as the county departments and officials for making this transition easier, and my ability to be able to do my role in filling the seat of Commissioner Ware. The staff, both commission staff especially, have been making themselves available all times of the day. And the county departments have been very responsive to constituents' concerns. So I just want to say on the record that I appreciate that assistance in the transition. And you and the other commissioners who reached out have been very helpful in giving me advice as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you so much for those comments, sir. All right, very good. We are at 11:11.
One last thing.
Commissioner Clark-Coleman.
Yes, I just want to say that, I do commend our health department for the great job that they're doing with the vaccination process. It's a hard one. It's really, really hard. But I think that they have done an admirable job out there trying to vaccinate in the proper way. Sometimes we don't quite understand all of the rules that they try to live by, and certainly to make sure that the eligible ones are taken care of first. And I do agree with the people that were on earlier that we should certainly address the handicapped and the ones who are mentally challenged. So I'm sure that our department will do that. I know the city is doing it. They've expanded it to handle those entities, and I'm sure that our department will also. But I just truly want to commend them for the job that they're doing. And I got to say that I have had my both of my shots, and it is just it's just such a relief to know that I can hug my grandchildren again. And I did. I was able. I had not hugged my grandsons in a solid year. So I was able to hug both of them again. So it is well worth it. And I know that there are all kinds of mistakes, misquotes out there about, suspicion about the shots. And I know that they're out there, but I just need to say that people need to let each individual make up their own minds without trying to poison the well. Thank you.
Thank you, and I absolutely echo your sentiments to our health department. Janelle, Dr. Hamani, Carol, they have done just an absolute fantastic job given the new nature of all of this. I mean, there's no playbook on how to go about a pandemic, and they are doing the best they can, and they have been doing an absolutely phenomenal job. I talk to them at least twice a week, and we get updates, and it's been, you know, it's a situation, especially when we're not getting as many vaccines as we need from the states, but they are handling it quite well. And I know President Biden said that by the end of May, he predicts that every American who wants a shot will have a vaccine, will have a vaccine. So that's encouraging news. So we can get back to some sense of normalcy. So that's just very encouraging news. I'm just so glad that so many people want it, that we're getting the complaints that there's not enough. I guess I'm going to look at it half full in that regard, because at the beginning, there was a fear that not enough people would want to get the vaccine. So by now everybody wants it, and that's great. So I know everyone knows the importance of it. So thank you for those comments. And I know the whole public health team appreciates that we appreciate them. So thank you for that. Commissioner Anderson.
And Harry Belafonte is fine.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm glad he's fine. Very good. Commissioner Anderson, you and your friend there.
Kuma.
Hey, Kuma.
We're dog sitting for a few days, a week actually.
Oh, wow.
Our granddaughter's dog. I just wanted to also commend the health department, what they've done. And I know a lot of members of the commission may not be aware of this, but they have started partnering with the EMTs and the fire departments in the different communities, having them assist with getting the shots in the arms. And I think that's critically important, because of the fact that, they are expecting, it's not been confirmed yet, but every news report that we hear is that the supply is going to increase dramatically, and we want to get those shots in the arms as quick as possible. And they're, under very trying conditions, they're doing an excellent job. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Kumba.
You
I
wanted
think I
mom.
saw Commissioner Bayden.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I too would like to take this opportunity to thank the Evans administration, Mr. Warren Evans, and the Wayne County Health Department. Wonderful people, Dr. Hamami, Janelle Allen, Jennifer Floyd, Carol. They're doing an amazing job considering the limited amount of vaccines that we have. And I want to also applaud them for expanding by partnering with other fire departments throughout Wayne County. Today, we start vaccinating in Dearborn at the Performing Arts Center. I'm going to head out there right now after we wrap up this meeting. This past weekend, 1,500 doses of vaccine, Moderna, were given to seniors in high-rise buildings. Not only that, in the city of Dearborn, the fire department even went above and beyond by visiting physically challenged seniors who cannot leave their homes, by going to their homes and vaccinating them in their own homes, which is a big, big blessing. And I want to applaud and give a big shout out to Fire Chief Joe Murray from the Dearborn Fire Department. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you so much. Lastly, I want to go to our Commission Counsel, Felicia Johnson. Are you on the line?
Good morning. Yes, I am, Chairwoman.
Our two new hires on the line. Did you ask them to join us? I would like to ask Felicia Johnson to introduce. We have two additional attorneys to our council staff. We do so much great work, but Felicia alone could not do it all. And it was time that we increase her staff so that we continue to do the great work that we do at the Wayne County Commission. So with that, we have two new attorneys. I'd like Felicia to introduce them to us right now, please.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I would first like to thank you for hiring an additional attorney in addition to the vacancy. So now we have 3 attorneys in the office plus 1 paralegal. The paralegal was Daletta. She's been with us for 4 years. On Monday, we had 2 new attorneys start. We had Mary Parisian and Ebony Adams start on Monday. They are both from the city of Detroit, and I think that they would be great additions to our team. With your permission, I would like to give them 30 seconds each to just briefly introduce themselves, and I'll start with Mary, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mary.
Good morning to this honorable body. My name is Mary Parisian, and it's a pleasure to meet all of you via Zoom. And I look forward to meeting you all in person someday. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to working with you all.
Thank you, Mary. We look forward to working with you as well.
Thank you.
Good morning, commissioners. I'm Ebony Adams. I'm also extremely excited to join the team. Loving what I'm hearing and the work that we're doing, and I'm glad that I'm going to be a part of it. Any way I can be of assistance, let me know. We have a full house now and a lot of work to do, I understand. So very pleasure meeting you via Zoom, but I do look forward to meeting you all in person very soon.
Thank you, Ebony. I am very excited to have these 2 new attorneys on staff. The irony is so many times people leave the county to go to the city of Detroit. Now they've left the city of Detroit to come to the county, the better place. So we are happy to have them here, and we're gonna really work you ladies a lot. So get ready, because we have a lot of great things in store that will better assist our citizens here in Wayne County. So thank you so much. Thank you, Felicia. Do you have a final word to say, Felicia?
No, again, thank you, and thank this body for the additional staff. Again, both Mary and Ebony come from the city, so they're familiar with a lot of the issues that we deal with here, and we look forward to continuing great work with the commission.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. I look forward to now having a reverse council to get a lot of great work done. Thank you so much. All right. Are there any other remarks by members? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Okay, it's been moved and supported. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we are now adjourned. Thank you all so much. Take care.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone. Here.
You too.
See you soon.
Go green.
I don't have a dog in that fight.
Me either.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.